priorities based on the laws of this country and the policies, right? So like now we are going to react. So like ANC, I know is against it. MK, I know is against it. EFF, we know is against it. So like now I want to give Mbalula a chance to speak about Orania. Speaks it.
There's no such agreement about paving way for the state of Orania.
Would you entertain that?
We wouldn't entertain anything of that sort, but talking to people and their interest, it is in the DNA of the ANC. Without
what do you mean it's in the DNA of ANC? What do you mean by that? So like it's in the DNA of ANC. They must reshuffle Mbalula his position of ANC, avoid embarrassment, right? True high flop. But in short, ANC will entertain Orania State because it's non-racial democratic party. They have no power, those ones. If their bosses decide that they will be given by. So like this is how the citizen, like now we're living in the world where like citizen and like people like me who do reaction, we can express ourselves through content, through expressing ourselves. I always encourage people to say, we must speak, because of if things like this, people become quiet, they don't end up well, you understand? So like, let me do like this. I hope everything is fine. Yeah, everything is fine. Good, let's go. Mbalula, speak.
Compromising our principle, we are advocating for a non-racial, democratic, non-sexist South Africa where all people participate. And in this particular instance, we don't advocate for cessation and at the same time for Orania. Orania have existed within the Northern Cape, but given the nature of our state, we have been very tolerant to that.
It's like based on the nature of the state, they tolerated this. Like, let's allow them, let's leave them like that, based on what he said. But the problem starts when people say like, okay, we have a Northwest. Remember, this is an open discussion. No one is attacked. Just imagine like now, the citizens start to say like, since like that, as a Northwest people, we want people in Northwest. We want only Botswana to stay in Botswana. We don't want a Sotho, we don't want a Swati, we don't want anyone. We want Botswana only in Northwest. In KZN, we only want Zulu people. Just imagine if there is going to think like that. Because this is an open discussion, like I said, no one is attacked. So Orania, they said it's a place to preserve their culture. They have their culture and their beliefs, right? And if you're going to stay there, you must be part of them. What will happen if Botswana do that? What will happen if Botswana do that? What will happen if Basotho do that? It means like now it's going to be a problem, right? But it's very important. Sorry, I'm going to give you a chance to speak. Say, I'm going to give you a chance to speak. I'm talking. I don't tolerate this. But this guy I'm talking. Okay, like let's give Julius Malema a chance to speak about Orania, by the way.
I said to the president, we voted for the DA in 2016, where you, comrades, were arrogantly defying and denying us an opportunity to work together in 2016. We said to you, let's work together. You said, no, we don't want to work with you in the arrogant manner you are doing. What did we do? We pulled out where the DA was defeating you. We folded our hands. And I said to him, to show you.
So like part of freedom federal condition to ANC is declare Orania as a land of Afrikaners. So remember, this is the question that as a citizen of this country, as a people come to South Africa, to a tourist, they'll be like, why we have a place where like others are not allowed to stay? But others, they have their own beliefs, but they allow everyone to stay there. That's the problem start because of we need to know South Africa is a diverse country. Everyone have their own culture, everyone have their own beliefs, and we are all working together, which is a beautiful thing. So we need to say, if we need to go forward as a South African, we must work together, we must stay together, right? So because of like now, it's a problem where like others who are not allowed to stay here. We are not allowed to stay there. When they ask them questions, they'll be like, no, everyone is allowed to stay here, but we must follow they're going to say that everyone is allowed to stay here, but you must follow the culture of us. You must know, that's the problem. They won't say that, yeah, no, you can stay here. The only thing you must follow. But what happened if KZN start to do that? Zulu people start to do that? What happened if Botswana start to do that? What happened if Basotho start to do that? That's where problem starts. So like, say like government, how can government does not allow, based on their policies and the laws they created, everyone live, what the Freedom Charter says, this Freedom Charter says, everyone live on a land that he works on, something like that. Let me introduce something. ChatGPT is going to help us. ChatGPT is going to help us to talk about this issue, about a Freedom Charter, what it says. And I'm going to tell ChatGPT to give all information about about what is happening, like about the issue of Orania. So like it's still okay. I think it's going to be fun. Like now with Julius Malema.
It's not a question of race. And don't leave here saying I'm anti-white people. In 2016, we refused to participate in municipalities with the DA led by a black person. It was led by Maimani. In Joburg, it was led by Mashaba. We still said, we don't care who are the faces. This organization is a tool for imperialism and for white monopoly capital. So it's not about color. It's about
fact. So like it's not about the color, but it's all about the truth, right? But like now we need to understand, like I said, let me do like this. Let me do like this. So like now we need to know the Freedom Charter. Remember, this is an educational video, guys. So we're not coming here, we need to understand the laws and the policies country. So we are going to ask ChatGPT about the Freedom Charter, what it says. We are going to ask ChatGPT about the Orania in South Africa. It does comply with the laws or not. Then after that, we can take it further. So like now I'm going to ask ChatGPT, like now, please ChatGPT, please tell us about the Freedom Charter, the rules of Freedom Charter, and the Orania. Orania, it does comply with the South African laws. Yeah, why is existing? Remember, explain those things with simple English because I'm doing a video here and I want to educate the world about it. So like now we need to become educational video. I'm not here to talk big things about education. By the way, that's what I do. I do that. So like now it's very important. Let's give Malema a chance. Then after give Malema a chance, we are going to focus. After give Malema, we're going to focus on Orania. Let's go, Malema. Chances to say.
The party that represent backwardness, a party that is a racist organization, a party like Freedom Front that says part of its conditions to go into a coalition is that we must declare Orania as a white Afrikaner land. And you say to us, we must go and participate in such a coalition. We'll never do that. Remember when you are in cabinet, once you are defeated.
Yes, my name is a man who's fighting so hard. So I know like these things. Modern session using plural is one sense. Okay. So like this is Julius Malema, the man like who fights, most of the time I love to fight. But let me do like this first. I love this. Let's see. I love this. Yeah, we are back. Julius Malema is a man that fights for equality, is a man that fights anything that is inequality, whether is a man who's always fighting. Like, it's very important to understand the
those decisions are binding on you. As a disciplined member of cabinet, you must go and defend that Orania must be a land of the Afrikaners. We will not do that. We will rather die without occupying positions in government than to allow white supremacists and racists to thrive. Fighters, inclusive government should not mean a compromise on the principle.
Okay, let's go. Sorry. Let's go and listen what is a Freedom Charter is before we go along. Good. Good. Okay, what is the Freedom Charter? The Freedom Charter is a very important document in South Africa. It was created in 1955 during apartheid at a meeting called Congress of People. People from different races came together and say, this is the kind of the country we want after apartheid. So that means everyone, they came together to say like, this is the country we want after apartheid. You call the Freedom Charter, right? So it's very important to understand your history. You cannot stay in South Africa, you don't understand your history, because of I do this video to educate you and to understand our history.
We are for inclusive government. That's why we said today, we are the first political party to say to the ANC, we will work with you. But because we understood the element of inclusive government and government of national unity. But it does not mean we must sleep with Zionists with our eyes open. We're not going to do that. We said to the people of Palestine, we said to the Muslim communities everywhere in South Africa.
So like now I want you don't mind tax being paid to settle the grants. What's up with grants? Where is Orania? So like the people of this country don't know about Orania. Maybe the others the first time knowing about Orania. But like I said, this topic is endless, right? It's endless that where others they separate themselves, where others they have their own currency, where others they behave something like this. It's a topic that even our kids, they are going to talk about it, right? So it's either like we talk about it, and where these guys say like, where is Orania? Because want to know people are talking about it and he never see it. He said like it's in Northern Cape. It is small town in Northern Cape, small community of Afrikaners. Northern Cape in South Africa, right? These guys say like, this lady said, I don't regret voting for EFF. America send billions every year to Africa. Hope that put to a stop. No more help for Africa. Bless you. So like this one say like no more help for Africa because of you. Europe is sending billions in South Africa, in Africa as a whole. But like now, it's not like people have been attacked. Let's fix that. It's not like people have been attacked, but it's how we can fix this country and we become one thing, not to separate each other, right? This is a beautiful thing we need to focus on. Then we're going to move to the Freedom Charter. The main ideas rule of the Freedom Charter. Here are the key points in English. The people should govern. That means everyone must have the right to vote. Like everyone in South Africa have the right to vote. Leaders must be chosen by people. So like us, we select leaders the way we choose ANC. All national groups should have equal rights, no racism. We don't want racism in South Africa. Black, white, colored, India, everyone is equal. Definitely, you must be all equal. But the problem is when like why we have the houses where we like others say like we don't want to stay with these ones. Why is it like that? Why we have those others say like we don't want to be with you guys. We have our own culture. We need to protect it. Everyone in Africa have their own culture and they want to protect it.
The vote and the victory of the EFF is a victory of the people of Palestine. Those Muslims who voted for the EFF, those Muslims who have voted for the ANC, what are you saying to them when you go immediately in bed with the people who have supported a genocide, the killing of innocent women and children, and we must close.
Okay, we are not there, by the way. We are not talking about that topic, by the way. The topic we're talking about is a topic of Orania, right? So we have a lot of topics to talk about today. I think it's going to be an hour video that we need to touch on. You understand? So we are going to give different speakers. Even like we can give Getting McKenzie about.
They go shopping.
Yeah, you understand? Like I said. I want to do like I said, this is an open discussion, by the way. No one is attacked, and I want you when you comment with love and comment with the spirituality of want us to come together. We don't want people to separate themselves because of when people separate themselves, it's going to become a problem because of when you notice that you're Tswana, when you notice that you're Zulu, you're going to say in Kenya, and I don't want anyone. I want only Zulus. When you notice I'm a Tswana man, I will say in Northwest, I don't want any people. I only want Tswana people. So this thing of separation is a topic that is endless, by the way. Orania is a topic that is endless, by the way. Your kids are going to talk about it because of it's a topic that we ask ourselves, why can have something like that? People, they have their own currency like that. But let's give Getting McKenzie a chance to speak. So like now we are going to give Getty Mackenzie to share his opinion. So Getty Mackenzie, you can speak, sir.
When they say we're going to learn in Europe, we're going to learn where they're going on. Let me tell you, they're going on a paid holiday.
So like normally, guys, I don't play like videos that have a music background because I'm going to lead to copyright, you know.
There is no way we as South Africans are going to stop Africans coming to South Africa. No way. I don't care how many electrical fences you build. It's going to happen.
So I don't know, like the person who posted this video on the president, the former president Thabo Mbeki, so like the South African Native Congress is not the same as African National Congress. The South Africa Native Congress, they talk about ANC. ANC is ANC, African National Congress, right? So like in 20 years, only African community like Orania will be safe and secure in South Africa. There's the culture of ANC, Africa. It's not African, okay? You don't understand? So like when they form ANC, so let's ask ChatGPT about that. When they form ANC, they form it like as African Congress to be Africa to be one or what? Mention about our forefathers who are fighting about the system and what's the reason to form ANC. So like it's very important to understand why ANC was formed at the beginning, because if you can't come here and watch me, you don't understand what ANC was formed at the beginning, because ANC include African national, right? To be African, people they think like I want to talk about that. To be African doesn't mean to be African. You see, like when you go to United States, there's an African American. Whether you stay in America, you stay 50 years, 100 years, and you are African. You're going to be an African. There's no like thing of like you stay in America, like now you're American, like American. You're going to be African because of you from Africa, your ancestors are from Africa. You're going to be African American. Whether you stay billion years in America, you're going to mention as African American. Same to South Africa, in Africa as a whole. When you stay in South Africa, you are South African. Maybe, for example, you're from Ghana. You're from Ghana, you're from Mozambique. You stay in South Africa, you are South African. I'm a South African, but I'm an African because of because of me. I don't know how it makes sense. But let's move forward and give President Thabo Mbeki to, I don't know what he's trying to say, but let's to speak and say what his points, by the way.
So the challenge we face as South Africans is to how do we deal with that? You can't keep these fellow Africans out of South Africa, and you can't define our relationship with South Africa versus the other Africans as enemies. There is no.
So like this guy who wrote this caption, he was like in 20 years, only African community like Orania will be safe and secure in South Africa. The culture of ANC is African. So like the culture, someone they form ANC to African, not South African, right? So like now there are people of this country who complain, so like simple, don't vote for ANC and EFF anymore. Totally wrong to vote that parties, right? Because of like this party say like this is Africa. Why we should neglect our Africans and others we accept them? Zuma is even worse than this political party. They can stop. He's saying this is true. Go back to Africa history and respect him for sure. So according to Mbeki, South Africa should be welcome all sundry for Africa. How our touch is from the daily struggle of ordinary people, black South Africans, all this to protect his business interests and continent. But I say like now I want to ChatGPT to mention for us. So like now since we're in the Freedom Charter, these are Freedom Charter, right? So like all nation groups should have equal rights, right? The people should share the country's wealth. That means the country resources like mines and land must benefit all the people, not just few. But in South Africa, as you speak, people they are struggling. Those who benefited during apartheid, they are still benefiting even today. Those who suffer during apartheid, they're still suffering today, right? So we are going to move. I think it's long. Let's move to Getty Mackenzie and get
Black people there. What I found.
You understand? So it's long, man. I want something that is not going to take us long. You understand?
If we knew what Orania,
Yeah. So I don't want like to have a discussion with something that is long, but to understand the root of how it started, and so you can learn. It's all about learning. The purpose of these videos is all about you learning and understand where you're coming from. Right, and let's start there.
and it really was, we would probably learn from it more than we're trying to figure out when is it dying off.
We will learn from Orania and make it ourselves. Orania shows the failure of incapable ANC government, which is why they attack it. So like these people, our ANC leaders, tender entrepreneurs, they're eating money, they're not fixing the country, but Orania, they're fixing. The school and hospital built by Afrikaners are still standing today with no cracks, right? The school were built our forefathers during apartheid, but they don't know, they think they were built. Someone who was leading those things, yes, is people who were building those things. Yeah. Let's give this chance.
The next story is from South Africa. It's been 3 decades since South Africa abolished apartheid, racially segregating black people from white people. The country got rid of it in the 1990s, but the spirit of apartheid is still alive in some places. One of them is Orania, a remote town in the country north, often called
town in South Township to relocate.
Okay, this is a beautiful.
Often called the last outpost of apartheid. Why? Because Orania is a whites-only town. Black people live or work here.
Yeah. So this is what I'm talking about. Because of people going to say, like, why you talk about Orania even in 2026? Because when the young child growing and say, like, why we have a place of, because the child, nothing, right? And the child need to learn from the history, or the child need to learn from us. So what we're going to answer that child, or what we're going to say, you understand? So what is Orania? Orania is a small town in Northern Cape. It was started in 1991. That means that after 1994 democracy, it was like, we don't want to stay with these people. Because it started in 1991, apartheid ended in 1994. So they say we don't want to stay with people, 1991, near the end of apartheid. It's mostly lived by African and white people. They try to preserve their African culture, and they try to preserve their language and their culture. I don't know which their language from Germany language, Dutch language, or what, and culture. So like I said, maybe someone don't know like what is the Orania stands for, but like today you know why this Orania and why it's existing, right? And then says like it mostly does Orania follow South African laws? That's what we need to talk about. This is a controversial topic, but there's a simple truth. Yes, legally, Orania is allowed to exist under the Constitution of South Africa. The Constitution allows freedom of association. People can choose who they live with. Definitely, people can choose who they live with. That means same to you. You can choose to live in Orania when you want. You can go say like, I want to stay in Orania.
Every job is reserved for the whites. Every task performed by white people. And yet the residents of this town insist they're not racist. Here's a report.
Welcome to Orania, a remote farm.
Like lots of the time when I do this kind of videos, they get what do you call this? They get copyright strike. I avoid that.
It's nothing new.
So the ANC Prima tried to attack Orania. I'm going to vote for whoever builds RDP next to Orania. So like these are people that the topic that we talk about it is a topic that is always existing and we cannot run from it.
The people of Orania are actually quite used to it. It's an election year. And in election years, it always comes. Cheap political shots aimed at Orania to appease hardline voters and drive up emotions. Crucially necessary to get voters all riled up. Dr. Samani Soul, the ANC Premier of the Northern Cape, recently used such a tactic to publicly try and delegitimize Orania Rather,
So like the question is like, say, if I will ask you a question, why separation? And the person that have the question, like I said, is a question that people they are going to ask themselves every day because of people that they are not getting answers. We cannot try to run away from this kind of topic as South African citizens if you want to move forward. So this guy said, like, where can I learn from? Where this guy said, like, they got that land from who? As a citizen, you ask yourself, like, how did they got that land? What happened? What is the reason? So, like, this one was born stupid. So this one feel attacked. Why don't try build your own value or we can learn a lot. There are people say like we can learn a lot from Orania by working together, by donating money and building ourselves, right? So like it says like, but also controversial. Orania allows people who fit his cultural identity. Many people say this goes against the spirit of equality of the Freedom Charter. So yes, agree with the Freedom Charter. Many say no. Others say like it does comply with constitutional law of this country, but again, it's not right. Let's give him a chance.
than speaking directly to its leadership. Well, while Dr. Sil oversees a province with a 71.7 billion rand total budget, a sum of that, 53.8 billion, is equitable shares. Unconditional grant, which is funded by the taxpayer, including contributions still paid in taxes by the people of Orania. Now, Orania does not receive any equitable share tax money back for our municipal development.
Okay, but you are I don't like you're going to explain a lot about Orania because of in this video like we in this video like we need to understand that there's other things that we must talk about because of, like I said, I've been saying this for a lot. It's educational video, no one is attacked. I know people they watch this, they feel they be attacked, but it's educational video to know what the Freedom Charter is and what. So these are Freedom Charter laws. The land should share among those who work on it. The land should not be equal belong to all small group, but people have fair access to the land. People are still waiting for land today. ANC say like people are going to get the land, but when you're going to get the land, you're going to get the land to bring back to community. Your business are going to do is going to bring back to community. Even today in 2026, people they are still waiting for land. He said like all should be equal before the law. Some laws for everyone, no special treatment based on the race, no special treatment. All should enjoy human rights. All should enjoy human rights, freedom of speech, movement, and religion, no oppression. There should be work and security, job, fair wages, and work rights. People they have degrees, people went to school, there's no degrees. I'm talking about this because of these things under Freedom Charter. If you don't know what is a Freedom Charter is, I explain it, the definition of Freedom Charter and what they want to see. They want to see South Africa like this after apartheid. Things they wanted to see, we never achieved them. The current government never achieved them, about people in the land, about jobs to be created, and all those kind of sort. But before we move forward, I know this guy, I want him to share his opinion about Orania.
Groenewald told me. So the ANC has accepted that the status of Orania will prevail. And what this means as well is that beyond just Orania being constitutionally recognized, the agreement between the Freedom Front Plus and the ANC is that the ANC actually wants expertise from Orania. That's what Dr. Groenewald
expertise. Where expertise? What do you mean expertise? And this is the citizen guy who sounds so angry on that comment. He says it has to hear how bad decisions are taken by ANC, right? It has that the model of Orania is available for communities to create jobs and food security is humiliated as the solution, right? The decision of Orania to sit has never been taken. ANC is nationalized movement with strong links of the left, ANC federal organizations, land and borrow This guy said, learn and borrow the Orania community development and model and replicate within communities. This can not be the same person jumping up and down. Okay, so like these are comments of people talking about Orania. Let's go, Sam.
He said, and I quote here, Orania is part of the agreement that will see a further building of the whole of the Northern Cape. The Premier said there's lots of communal land in the Northern Cape, and he would like to see the expertise from Orania and farmers in that region to be available to assist farmers of the communal land, right? That's what he says is part of the agreement, which shocked me because when I spoke to
like, I don't understand. So you're saying like if ANC agree with that statement, they separate people. So like that's where problem starts like now. If people say like, why should we see the expertise of Zulu people? Why should not see the expertise of Tswana people? So like in Northwest, everyone must live in Biba Tswana, like want to build Northwest. If the Sothos in Free State says like everyone is not Sotho must leave Free State, we want to build Free State. If everyone in Limpopo, a Tonga, a Pedi, a vendor say like everyone must leave here because we want to build Limpopo by ourselves without depending on the government, that's where problem starts. Because he said like the ANC accepted that, but he said like the only thing that makes him to question himself is this. Let's listen to him share that thought. Let's give him to share his opinion, by the way.
Earlier in the week, I asked him if the ANC is ever going to accept and recognize the status of Orania. And I'm not talking about the constitutional recognition here. I'm just talking about the ANC as a party. Will they accept that racist? Now, the ANC in the Northern Cape, around midnight, released a statement saying,
so this is a very important topic to follow, guys. This is a very topic to focus on because of they are going to affect our kids and the kids they need to talk about this kind of education, by the way. This is an educational video.
As part of the engagements with the Freedom Front Plus, they submitted a concept document on the state and future of Orania. As the ANC, we welcome these engagements and we are quite impressed by the openness and honesty with which the Freedom Front Plus wants us to engage on the matter. We currently intensely are studying the concept document and took up the matter with the national leadership of the ANC for guidance. We'll continue to update the media considering the...
You see, look there, this one said, and then next is Western Cape independency. So it's so sad, it pains me a lot. It's an educational video, can share opinion, by the way, but it pains me a lot for those who benefited during apartheid. They're still benefiting even today in 2026. ANC is against the Freedom Charter because when the ANC was built during apartheid, they said a Freedom Charter. This is a Freedom Charter. Let me educate you about Freedom Charter. Freedom Charter is a very important document in South Africa. Was created in 1995, right? People from different races come together and said, this is the kind of country we want. People should govern. All national groups should have equal rights. The people should share the country wealth. The land should be shared among those who work on it. Land should not only belong to small group. People must have the fair access to land. Who don't have those access to land? We don't have access to the land. We don't have access to our minerals. The kids today, the people who have PhD, the people who have masters, ask them what we can do with coal. Ask them what we can do with gold. Ask them anything that they can produce without those papers of called degrees. Ask them to say like they are going to answer. So like ANC is went against its weight because of like Clement is a Clement, yeah. Clement expressed himself based on what right.
The fact that there's keen interest in the matter. So they are entertaining it because the Freedom Front Plus has given them this concept on Orania, and now they've sent it to the national leadership for guidance. But somebody is also not telling the truth here because Dr. Groenewald, who is the leader of the Freedom Front Plus, says that agreement has now been signed. In fact, in that interview, he said, I raised this condition even with the national leaders, and I asked them.
So like, so about the network, this laptop, when it's reset yourself, love to disconnect and come back again. Disconnect and come back again. So like I said, this topic is endless topic, by the way, is an endless topic, and we need to talk about it. We cannot just avoid it. We need to talk about this kind of topic. Okay, so you can continue.
On what's happening in the Northern Cape, and they said yes. And he said, we voted together in support of Zamani Sol because that's a condition we wanted.
ANC, you voted ANC, you come here, you voted ANC, like now ANC is showing flames. ANC is showing flames, dog. Let's
something very reactionary.
So like now, we are going to give Floyd Shibambo to help us to understand, because of, like I said, this is an educational video. No one is attacked. We are all learning about the history of South Africa, and we are all learning about the place called Orania. First, Shibambo described how Orania as a country was formed and how ANC helped Afrikaners to do so. So ANC was helping them.
What happened during that period was the signing of an agreement between the Freedom Front and the ANC that Afrikaners can form a government of their own, a nation of their own.
Yeah?
Even under
ANC. He said ANC. Flash Shibambo described how Orania as a country was formed and how ANC helped Afrikaners to do so. Yes, they are fully functional, not as a useless like EFF or ANC. Like now, this guy is like, how can you say the thing that they are against the Freedom Charter? ANC, how can you say things that are against the Freedom Charter? Because it's clear like they're against Freedom Charter. Yeah, they're against the Freedom Charter, but let's listen here, man. This is so crazy. I don't wanna. This sounds so crazy. Let's give Fresh Shibambo to talk. Talk, Shibambo, talk.
Constitutional democracy. Currently, Section 235 of South Africa's Constitution gives the right of any nation within South Africa to secede, meaning that they can go and constitute themselves into a separate nation within the democratic state. That is what they were assured as part of those compromises in terms of what got to happen. But also the
let's give people a chance. It's very important to include other people a chance because of it's an open discussion. They want to share their opinion. Mandela is a big sellout. They say you say Nelson Mandela is a big sellout. It happened during his term of his office. Definitely. Freedom Charter was completely disaggregated. Definitely. People, they don't know what is a Freedom Charter is. ANC go against what they say when they collected all people to say, let's fight this apartheid system. And after that, this is what we want to look, South Africa look like to all races, and they went against it. I cannot argue with you a fool like you because of people not see difference. President don't have a power, we're not dumb. This topic makes people lose, but I want us to talk it as a people who have a mind, people who understand, right? I said like president don't have a power. If a party does not like what you do, they can oust you. They didn't do that Zuma. No, this was the upright end of order to get in Canada. Okay, we're not there, by the way. So I hope like into these videos we learn a lot, but we are moving forward. So let's get this guy. This guy,
you see,
this guy was Ronaldo. Why do we have a race-based enclave like Orania? Definitely. This is a question that our kids are going to ask you. And like this video I'm doing is going to educate them. And how can you solve it? And how can we become together as one love? right? So the reason I'm doing this video, I want us to come together with love and build South Africa together, not to separate it, right? Why don't we have a race-based on inclusive like Orania? How do we allow a niche communities that are specially designed to cater for a racial group? Now they are moved even more. Surely every South African should be able to visit anywhere in this country.
It's the double standards that get me. It's the fact that somebody like Bongani, that's on carte blanche and on 702, can make an ignorant statement like this, and he knows better, right? He says, why do we have a race-based enclave like Orania? How do we allow niche communities that are specifically designed to cater for one racial group? Now there are moves for even more. Surely every South African should be able to visit or live anywhere in the country.
Yeah, based on the film charter, it's supposed to be like that. You live where you want to live, based on the from charter, right? And but anyone can visit and stay within. Most reason not to vote for DA, you have not fantastic idea. So like as a from charter, you're allowed to stay where you want to stay. You allowed to stay where you want to stay based on the freedom charter. It's not like someone needs to tell you you're allowed to stay in Orania if you want to, based on the laws of this country. Even the freedom charter, by the way. No one must come tell you like you're not allowed to stay, you're not allowed to stay. You are where you want to stay, but let me listen here. Start building your own places and leave people of Orania alone. You are a bunch of troublemakers, you can only destroy everything. There is educational video, and I say to you guys, when we are going to talk about this issue, it's the issue that we cannot avoid. It's the issue that the young kids, when they grow up, they're going to ask themselves the questions. And I say to you, it's an educational video. I don't understand why you attack me, because I'm like, I don't want attacks, I don't want hate in this video. It's educational purpose based on the laws of this country, freedom charter and Orania and people's politician ideas. So I don't know why is this for you to say all those things. I don't know why you do this, but I'm not going to entertain you, man. I'm not going to entertain you. We are focused on the educational view. I'm not going to attend people who have negative views. Let's talk, sir.
It's not a racial group, it's a cultural group, right? You know, like the Ingonyama Trust, the Amazulu Kingdom, where taxpayers give close to 20 million rand out of their own pockets to keep that kingdom going. Why don't
the difference is like in KZN there's Chinese, there's Tswanas, there's Zulus, there's Pedis, there's Tongas. So like your point is not valid. You can try other points. I want to understand your point, but your point is like it's on another level. I don't know, like it's on another level. I wanted to listen to you, but your point is going. There's no point based on what you say. So you cannot compare Ingwenyama of what is happening in KZN, people of Zulu people donating money from their traditional king. Whether like we have in KZN when you go, we have the Tswana people, we have the Sotho, we have the Chinese, we have the Dutch people, we have the Indians, we have the Ethiopians, we have the Nigerians. But when you go to Orania, there's no such thing. That's why we believe like it becomes a problem like that. And now, when it's like that, we need to fix it together, and we must stay together with people in Orania. You understand my point? So you cannot compare Zulu nation or Tswana nation where they donate money from their chief. And when you go to Northwest, when you go to Free State, when you go to whatever, there's everyone, there's all races. But when you go to Orania, there's no such thing. That's where problem starts, and that's where us as the youth of this country, we must fix it. So whether you like it or not, us as the youth, because we see the problem, they make a deal with ANC there about Orania. They make a deal with it. But to us, we don't know nothing about those deals. But to us, we want to see working together and become one thing. That's the problem. So let's give Julius Malema a chance to speak. Let's give Julius Malema speak and get his point. Guys, please let's comment with love and yeah, leader Julius Malema speak about Orania. He's a sellout. That is why. Okay, let's go.
Zamani soul, Kimpimpi, Kaskari, Rekisha. That's why Arleko Freedom Front Plus a re o tla ba fa Orania
Yeah.
ya ba ya ma-Afrikaner alone. A ka se bone ntho eo.
Yeah.
It will never happen. Orania belongs to us.
Yeah. Julius Malema said like Orania belongs to us. Belongs to everyone who's sitting in South Africa. Everyone in South Africa. Based on the Freedom Charter, you allow where you want to stay. I get this point there. But we're going to listen to this, and then when we listen to this, you'll be like overthinking it. You'll be like overthinking it. Why he's saying that? Why he's doing that? But what he's saying is the truth. Orania belongs to all of us. Western Cape, Northwest, every place in South Africa belongs to everyone who's living in South Africa. It's from Charter, not me, right? And I said like we need to talk about ANC, by the way. Why the ANC Congress was formed? The ANC was formed in 1912. At that time, South Africans was under law, unfair law created by a white minority rule. Black South Africans had no voting rights, no lands, no freedom. Who were their forefathers? The ANC was started strong, just like John Dewey, Felix Liskasembe, Sol Plaatje. These men were educated, visionary, and loved Africa deeply. Africa deeply. What is their main idea? The idea was simple. Africa people must unite and stay together. They believe Africa must not be divided by tribes because we have a lot of tribes here. Black people must not speak. Black people must speak with one voice, unit, and strength. So ANC, their issue was like they want to see people becoming together. Let's go.
Comrades, when we take over Northern Cape and take over South Africa, we are going to build RDP houses in Orania and send our people to go and stay in Orania. Hey man, asanga ratsapa or tabona rsapi.
Hi, Julius Malema says like when they take over. Sorry? Okay, I was here.
Zama direkisa lefatshe. Zamani Soulu.
He says like when they take over, they are going to build RDPs then because of they want to bring unity. They want to bring unity, right? ANC was formed to bring Africans together. By the way, ANC, our forefathers they formed ANC to bring Africans together. By the way, if you don't know, that means like Africa must unite. That means Africa must unite based on this. Africa people must unite and stay together. Was about African being one. This is a question about how they form ANC. Was it about African being one? Yes, in a way. ANC was not just about South Africa. ANC, it was about Africa unity, Africa dignity, African self-respect. That is why the leader spoke about Africa for Africans, any division between African people. So like I don't know like today why like Julius Malema is the only one who's standing with Africans must be one, where our forefathers who fought about the system and say like we must become one as Africans. Look, you can talk Malema, Jesus.
Kaurata di blue lights. Arempendi blue lights. Keta lefa lefatsi. Kaurata maemo. Atamaya akisana. Le maburu. Ameno amayelo. Are omafa lefatsi. Lamo Northern Cape. Northern Cape, it's our land. Northern Cape belongs to us. No one will sell the Northern Cape, not to.
Based on the Freedom Charter, everyone is supposed to live where it's supposed to live. 90% of this country voted the way they want to vote EFF, especially Malema. Why do you want to describe and destroy everything? Just build houses everywhere in SA and build a beautiful infrastructure outside Orania. you realize Orania will just vanish. Try RDP resources where they are needed. Guys, you guys don't understand, you know. People, they're just commenting. They are just commenting. And I raised the serious point to say, like, what if Zulu people, they say they don't want Zulu, other people in their own thing? What will happen? So you don't watch this thing because of you are bored. You don't comment because of you want to comment. Think in front, think in advance.
The poor, not to the.
You understand? So like, let's say that Orania's fixing blows faces ANC freezing with damage. Okay, let's see what they have for us.
Guys, I don't mean to be nasty in any way at all, but surely, this can only happen in Africa, namely South Africa.
And these people, they're tired.
They now employ.
Don't you tell me these people, they don't want to work. You tell me like these people, they don't want to look at this, man. They are busy, they are tired. It's like they want to, dog. These people, they are tired. Oh my God.
Then they go all the way back there. Then they go all the way back while they're standing there having a conflab. They fill the bucket. What? Africa. It's probably about 400, maybe 150 mils of water at a time. Look at that. And then you have all this water here. Look here. It's all got to be done. Right there. And then it rains again and fills up the puddles. And then they start again. That's just my good morning chat to the family.
Yeah, this is so sad, baby. You can see like those people, they are tired. Those people, they are tired. They want to see themselves in the bed. Okay, let's give each other. It must be
the Communist Party in South Africa.
Okay, this I don't know, is the advertiser of Orania or what? I don't know this guy is what of Orania, but he's the face of it. He's always talk about it. He's always think about it, right?
The Communist Party in South Africa, the economic freedom fighters, best known for kill the boer, kill the farmer.
I'm not here to promote that, man. I'm not talking about the hate speech and everything like that. But like you must understand, those songs were formed during apartheid. Is a song that our forefathers were singing because of they were killed, by the way. Then they were singing those kind of songs to make themselves feel better. But let's continue.
Just handed a memorandum to the Premier of the Northern Cape in Kimberley. They begged the ANC Premier to review the status of Orania and included a long list of demands. Demands such as Orania must fall, whiteness must fall, and land must be expropriated without compensation. The mindset of the people of Orania is a bit different.
So like I'm gonna be totally honest, I fully support what Orania people are doing. You guys have a working system. I wish our people and the government could learn from you, and you guys are doing a great job. Why people in Orania must come to stay with us and then build together with their mindset, with their experts. Because we are one thing, we're South Africans. Why people in Orania, they must come to stay in the townships, in RDPs, and work together and help us to build, by the way. Orania will not go anywhere. The land will be given back to the government. I'm a colored, we stand with Orania, and you're doing a great job. Congratulations. We don't care who you are. Guys, let's stop bringing this thing of race, man. It's hard to talk about topics where like people, they bring race and what. I don't like that. Let's have a conversation. Let's have the issue. Don't bring your race. Don't bring your race. And like I said, this is an educational video. No one is attacked. Let's move forward. I need to remind you every time because of these and types of people that are joining and others going to say. Let's see. Gomora under ANC government compared to Orania self-development. People don't understand like what happened. You understand? Let's listen to Islam. Let's listen to this guy.
Is an EFF.
I don't like the sound of it at the background.
I can't come into your house, break in, steal your car, and
the rule means nothing without arrest to ANC. They have stolen enough.
Then I drive down the road, to take it to the chop shop, and then all of a sudden I've got this flash of consciousness, and I'm like, okay, let me just go back. We can't live our lives as though these people are not criminal. These people are criminal. It's not. You should stop sugarcoating.
So when I see this, right, I get annoyed. And my first question is, what protection would Orania?
Guys, I don't know, like, if the thing is good, I don't know if the thing is good, but I think it's good. Yeah, let's go. Let's listen to this lady. I'm going to say something to
Yeah, and other enclaves similar to Orania in the Northern Cape need when the South African Constitution already protects them. Because the South African Constitution believes that South Africa belongs to all who live in it. So by the virtue of these racist anti-Blacks living and existing on South African land in their enclaves, they have constitutional rights and they are protected by the Constitution of South Africa. This is the same Constitution, by the way, that says that discrimination as a result of race is against the Constitution. So yeah, that's the first thing. But the one thing that really irritates me, frustrates me, and worries me about situations like this and this current government of national unity with the ANC being in bed with the DA is how the legitimization of the looting of land in Africa was done, which I whiffed could potentially happen in South Africa as well. The reason why I say I whiffed the same could be happening or history could be repeating itself in South Africa is one, the DA last year was caught in a scandal where they were embroiled in illicit sales of land or land was being sold not in the appropriate way, didn't follow the correct tender processes, and that was a debacle, right? Number two, I did share with you guys that if you have a look at national parks, mountains, oceans, and things like that all around Cape Town and other parts of South Africa, you will tend to see headstones or just rocks that are engraved that say that this particular piece of land has been donated by such and such a family. And oftentimes it happens to be, all the time, it's always Europeans or Afrikaner, Boers, their names and surnames, you'll see them.
Yeah, as can say, like, this is an open discussion, man. I think I need to say this often and often because we understand it's open discussion. When it's attacked, we give the lady a chance to speak. I can speak for you by commenting and share your thoughts. You can share thoughts by sharing in a respectful way. Share with love. Yeah. So we are going to focus on this. We are going to focus here.
They told us.
They fired or expelled him for reminding them ANC leaders about the land without compensation. So this Julius Malema, like why Julius Malema was fired? Let's find out here. Why was Julius Malema was fired in ANC? What is the reason? What he have done so that he can make me be fired on ANC? Explain with simple English, and I have my viewers here. They want to know like why he was fired. So ChatGPT is going to give us a story of like why Julius Malema was fired. Let's go let's go and listen.
That colonizers stole the land. It's them who told us. We get this from all these leaders of the ANC. Today they are in government. Of course, we understand they may try to be diplomatic, but you taught us that colonizers stole the land. And when you steal, you commit a criminal activity. And once you commit a criminal activity,
facts. Just want to say like facts. On They told them, they explained to them how this land was stolen, but like, let's get it. Why Julius Malema was removed from the ANC? Julius Malema was not executed like a job, but he was expelled and kicked out of ANC in 2012. The main reason was simple English, speaking against the ANC leadership. Julius Malema is the man who speaks against the ANC and fighting for Africans. At this time, ANC was led by Jacob Zuma. Malema publicly criticized Zuma, and he said Zuma was not leading properly. ANC said this was undermining the party. Saying things that caused division, Malema made strong political statements that ANC's believe were dividing people, creating conflict inside the party. Supporting the regime change to another country, Malema spoke about removing the government of Botswana. ANC said they went against Africa policy was irresponsible. Disciplinary charges breaking ANC rules. ANC has rules for its members. They said Malema brought the party into a dispute with image. They did not respect leadership. They spoke in a way that caused instability. What happened at the end? He went through a disciplinary process of ANC in 2012 and ANC expelled him. What Malema do after? Malema, he formed a new political party in 2023 called Economic Freedom Fighter. In simple way, explain to your views. Julius Malema was removed from ANC because of he spoke against the leadership division and he said things believed were against the rules in the end. So this is how Malema do. But he said again, they are the ones who told them. Let's go.
If you are a criminal, you must be treated as such. That's what we learned from them. They can disassociate with it today, we understand. They must be honorable in approach. But we don't have that responsibility. It's their responsibility. We say it the way it is. They must come and polish it. So that as long as the product is the same, we have no problem. Because capital has got some.
So like Malema was like this before. So like this video show us how was Malema's what. He was like this before. He speak himself. He speak his mind. Whether you can hate him or you can love him, but he's a man who speaks his mind. He's the man that you cannot tell the secret. You know, like that those people you cannot tell them the secret. You must hide. You must when you're supposed to tell. There are people that you cannot tell them, man, the secret because of they're going to expose. There are people that you cannot tell. Like when you tell them secret, they're going to expose you, man. They're going to say, like, you said this, you said this, you done this, you done this. You understand all those kind of stuff.
Small mentality. Capital suffers from a mind of a rat. They think if there's going to be an uprising, it's only the ANC which is going to be overthrown. They don't know that we'll start with them. Here in Santania, our people will just walk from Alexander, just across the street, open the fridge, and just mess themselves with cheese.
You can see like the father here is so disappointed, listening to Julius and say like, what are you talking about? You can see like the father is seeing this like, oh my God, why did we bring this guy? Why did like this boy join ANC? People, they use their life. You know, like when you are, that corrupt child in a class trying to impress your friends, making jokes, people laughing. You're funny. But at the end, things they're going to left with you. At the end, you're the one who's going to face hard time. At the end, you're the one who's going to face pains. At the end, you're the one who's going to go through hard times. Because of like now, people are like, they're laughing, all of them. That's the problem starts. Everyone is laughing. But let's go.
And everything else, they find nothing. Before we even reach Union Building, we will start here.
Yeah.
Just here across the road. So they think that no, if there's going to be any uprising, it will go to Union Building. On our way. We'll pass by. So we sort ourselves out properly. And then we can go to the city.
Julius Malema, like from the start, was not afraid. He's a fearless man. You can tell when watching this video, He was not afraid. Just imagine, after apartheid, your leaders, they don't want to talk about those things that happened. They don't want to talk about what Freedom Chapter wanted. But he's the man who come in front and speak his mind. And speaking his mind can make sure he get expelled. And indeed, he was expelled. So let's give me a chance to speak for the last time so we can move to topic. Good, let's go.
President, and say, President Zuma, for sure you got a report about what happened in Nisante. So we just want some commitments and time frames because we know you have elected you. Just give us a time frame. When will you resolve this matter? And then on our way back, we'll also pass by the...
When you speak the truth in South Africa, you call disrespectful. Reminding G leaders about the land without compensating is a crime. So just Malema, he said like, these people are the one who said that to us. You understand? He said like, if people say like, dog, our people in ANC, they told us about the land. But like now, what is happening? You understand what I'm saying?
This is the organization of the people. It is not our organization. We are holding this organization in trust of the people. We must not be self-centered. Leadership in the ANC come and go, come and go. The organization remain with its owners who are...
Aye,
Are you going to Orania to visit those fighters who are campaigning for EFF?
So Orania is a bit far out of Kimberley. But if we take over government, we're going to build RDP houses in Orania. That is how we're going to de-racialize that.
Why can't develop towns like Orania for black population? That's a problem. You can't say why can't. We have already have those things. You understand? Like this is where I say that education, it needs a problem, right? When you say why can't you develop like Orania for like it don't make sense because we have a KZN. KZN is a land of Zulu people. We have a Northwest. Northwest is a land of Stona people. We have Free State. Free State is a land of Zulu people. So when people like Julius Malem, I want to educate you. I want you to open your eyes and listen to me very carefully. When we say like, as people of Limpopo, people who live in Limpopo is Pedi, Tonga, yes, and Venda. They say like we don't want any Zulu in Limpopo. We don't want anyone. We want all our people to build this country and preserve our culture. What this country will look like. Let's focus on that, guys. I want you to participate. I want everyone to participate on this question. If Zulu people, they say in KZN, we want to preserve our culture. We have our own culture, and we want to preserve it. If you're not Zulu, leave KZN. We want to build KZN. Do you think like Sotho people, they won't do that in Free State? Do you think Tswana people, they won't do that in Northwest? There is a problem about what Orania will bring in South Africa. It's going to bring a division that is dangerous. That is why I do this video to reprimand and say like, guys, let's come together. Let's share our opinion on this platform. Let's share our opinion on this platform because of this thing of like saying like, why you don't build your own Orania for Africans? Say like that, like this comment. Why you can't build towns like Orania for Africans populations? I don't want to say this. I want to say Africans because we are Africans, right? When we say like, dog, Northwest is for Africans, KZN is for Africans, Free State is for Africans, Limpopo is for Africans, Eastern Capes are African, Eastern Capes are Africans, and we say we don't want all those people. They must leave. We want to build our culture. We want to protect our culture, and we want to build. What will happen in South Africa? You don't think like that. You can be like this guy who typed this comment. So like, why you cannot develop like Orania for Africans population? They have already. We have KZN for Africans. We have all those things for Africans. What they say, whatever they're saying in Orania, what will happen? These guys are like, where in Europe? This guy laughed exactly. You can try. These are common people, they become too emotional about this topic. And I say to you, this is an open discussion. No one is attacked. It's something you don't want to see by your eyes. You won't do anything about it. They can say all those things. We are going to try. We are not going to try. What will happen? Just imagine. I want you to close your eyes to see the division that is going to destroy this country. Right? You also like without thinking, why you don't open, why you don't create a place like Africans, like it's a problem.
Please.
Are you going to Orania to visit those fighters who were campaigning for EFF?
So Orania is a bit far out of Kimberley. But if we take over government, we're going to build RDP houses in Orania. That is how we're going to de-racialize that place.
Are you going to Orania to visit those fighters who were...
So like sometimes when you talk, think. Don't come here and talk because you want to talk. Come and think because of like here, I want to see us becoming together as South Africans. I want to see ourselves coming together. I don't want to see the hate, and because of East Africa is a country that has a lot of politics. Like politics is deep. Like East Africa, politics is deep, and it requires us youth to talk about it. Because of the youth, us as people, as me as I talk, I'm the part of the youth. I share this message, and I went through life because of everyone can share their opinion through comments. You understand? So like, let's go forward and focus on this issue. You understand? Let me see.
The government took over.
Is it? There's a video one that is very beautiful and that we can learn from it. The video, let me say, EFF versus Orania. Because MK like was when there's this one in parliament where like they went there and they're in parliament, right? Da, 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 da. Can you see that this EFF member? So I don't know if you guys can see. It's not. I have a problem like here. Like the only thing I want us to work together. That's the thing I want. I want us to be together, and I want us to love each other. That's what I want as South Africans. As South Africans, to be together and love each other no matter what, and grow South Africa together. Because you cannot. What do I find? Okay. You cannot build this country with hate. I don't go along with hate, by the way. So you understand? So you must be thankful and you must be participating. You must express yourself, something that is in your heart, something that is not making you sleep. You understand? something that doesn't make you sleep, and I think it's going to be very important if you're going to come and share your opinion. Okay, that is beautiful to listen to. Why is there no sound? Why is no sound? Why is no sound? Why is okay? Let's go like now. Let's go and listen to this. I want, like I said, I want love. Let's show love. Let's show love. Let's go.
You are now, let me put it this way, honorable colleagues.
No, but we need fanele si understand into yokubana lento yenzekayo namhlanje yongabi na interpreters na izolo yenzekile. So funeka sithini thina sinyanzelekile into yokuba sithethe isingesi. Sinyanzelekile thina uba sithethe isingesi.
Your point, but I would expect
No,
of you
but
Honorable
akufanelanga yenzeke oko because yenzekile izolo iyenzeka namhlanje.
So like man, it's a beautiful topic they have. Debate, dog. Debate land, dog. There's a beautiful topic. I see it was beautiful to watch and was beautiful to learn. I don't wanna lie. Was beautiful to watch. Oh my god. Why is not you? Yeah, this is what I wanted. So this is what I wanted. This way is going to be fire. Listen, you see, like I give you the reason before you're going forward. Yeah, it's going to be fire, but hold your ear like this. Hold your ear like this. This open discussion. No one is attacked. Let's go and get into it. This is going to be fire. By the way, you're going to enjoy it. You are going to enjoy it, yo. You are going to enjoy it, yo. Let's go.
Oh, Chief, let me tell you that our people died. Maybe your grandfather and your great-grandfather and your father didn't tell you what they did to our fathers and our grandfathers and our grandmothers and our great-grandmothers. That is why you come here with that tendency of even undermining us, telling us that we are delinquent, we are men.
You know, like that's what I'm saying, like the power of communicating about the history. So like the EFF lady says, like maybe your parents, they did not tell you what your forefathers have done to our forefathers or foremothers. That's why we came here with arrogance. That's what I'm saying, like communication is very important. To talk about these issues is very important, but it depends how you address it, right? You must know how to address things without hating people's feelings. And you're going to get those things in this channel, right? Able to explain why she says so. I'm going to explain why she's saying what she's saying because of other parents. They did not tell their kids to say, like, this is what happened during apartheid. This is what people lost during apartheid. You understand? So it's very important about those kind of issues to focus on. You understand? So yeah, let's listen to her.
That is why you come here with your whiteness and undermine that your grandfathers took our land and they murdered our people. That is why you come here and not acknowledge that the country is where it is because of your parents. That is why you are laughing, because you are not where we are today. Let me tell you, my brother, you are not my brother anyway.
Oh my God! Like now it starts to become personal. Now it starts to become personal because of others. They don't understand others' pains, right? And when you say people like they're suffering today, people they're living in poverty today because of apartheid, people do not believe it. It's a truth that people that are in this situation, they are in today, not having the land, lost their fathers, struggling today in 2026 because of a system. Right? It becomes a problem, but it's a truth to say like the pain we're in today, the pain we're experiencing today is because of what happened during apartheid. And he said like, you don't understand what we went through. You come here, you are laughing. You come here, you are making our jokes, but you don't understand the pain that we went through. When you are a person, listen to these people say that people were killed during apartheid. People were killed for doing nothing. You were killed because of who you are. And someone is laughing because of they never told him about what happened really. And the person will never understand the pain you're going through. That's what the lady here is trying to make it clear. So like, man, you never understand what we went through. And I'm here to address you, to explain you, to say like, this is what we went through. You understand? So yeah, you can go, my lady, you can continue.
No, he is. No, he's not. He's not. No, that's just true. The fact of the matter, Chief, is that the land, chunk of the land is in your hand as white. Secondly, the reason why we go to towns is because that's how your spatial development made us to be. It doesn't mean that
so like why like people that are going town. So EFF they're talking nonsense. People want job, not land. Job for who? These are people comment. Job for who? Jobs from who? To work for who? Who is this honorable lady? I like her. She's supposed to be uMkhonto weSizwe. I love the truth. So he said like why people they used to use sticks when they go to town. It's because of under apartheid system, they put black people there far to the minerals, far to the economy. So like us, we need to go to town. You can see like people when they're doing well in their life, they are moving to towns, they're going to stay in towns, all this kind of stuff. That he's like, here we go again with your victim mentality. Preach them leadership. Tell him, mama, said true the truth. We miss my lady. It's not like they don't know, they know. You understand? It's not like they know about the history. So like it's a thing of like now we need to talk about this to our kids. Like I said when I started this conversation, I says like this issue is an issue that our kids are going to talk about. It's an issue that a lot of people are going to ask themselves, so like why we have places like that, why we have places that isolate themselves. And it's our duty to talk about it. It's our duty to share about it. But let's give a chance to speak and see what she's going to say, and we can all participate and share our opinion. Let's go, lady.
Land that you are occupying, as blacks, we can't work it. The manner in which you introduced your neoliberal and your apartheid system to us, make us to move to towns because we feel that where the towns are, that's where life is. Because you have taken everything that belongs to us, including the arable land that we used, our fathers used.
This is the truth. This is the truth that we experience a lot in South Africa.
Thank you, Speaker, and Chairperson, and good afternoon, honorable members. Morning. We perhaps, as a point of departure, must guarantee the people of South Africa that we know of the racist idioms that have sometimes informed white supremacists to think that there is a relationship between polish and the skin pigmentation in the history of South Africa. We're not going to accept those racist.
So what is talking about? You must watch EFF member, Parliament Commissioner debating on the vote. I don't know what they're talking about, but we are going to find out what he's understand and what about. These are beautiful topics that we can focus on as the citizen of South Africa. so that to avoid conflict and understand where you're coming from and to understand each other pain. That's why I'm here today. My name is MD. We left with 30 minutes before we close this channel, but we are going to talk. For now, we are going to listen to Josie, what is going to say, and we can learn from it, and we can share opinion and learn from each other. Because of this is educational video, and I would like to say no one is attacked. Let's all participate and let's all enjoy it. Let me close it and then let me allow it to play. God, let's go, Josie.
Where blood was spilled to confront centuries of racial exclusion and abuse against Black people. This budget, Chairperson, takes place within a broader context of no confidence in the police. The people of Jukulane, the people of Nanda, the
people of Jukulane, this is a deep English, by the way. The people of Jukulane. Then we have the people who visited, the people who say, I visited Orania. I visited Orania. This is a topic, this into all the topics that fall like this, and people who have visited Orania, we are going to learn from those people who say like, man, I visited Orania in this documentary. The person that I love a lot is Wanda Maya. Wanda Maya dog is a beautiful African man who do this content and so beautiful dog. This African man that lots of Africans young, they are learning from him. So like he visited White Only Town in South Africa. And I want us to participate on this issue and share opinion. Let's watch Wanda Maya. And this guy is a huge motivation to lots of people, and let's listen to him. Whoa, Wanda Maya.
I made it to Orania. I don't know how many of you have heard about this town. It's a town within South Africa, around the northern Cape of South Africa. And this is the town that, I mean, online it's very controversial because to the people online, it's a whites-only town. But after coming in here, it's rather an Afrikaner-only town. But why is it only Afrikaner though?
Orania is a
That's a beautiful question. You see, like when you're going to listen to Wanda, his name is Huda Maya. When you're going to listen to him, dog. When you're going to listen to him, his question, you can see, is not here to play. He's here to find information, and he's here to educate the world, right? Can Africa do that in Europe? We cannot do that in Europe. Can African do that in Europe? Never. If you have money, you can. Even if you have money, you can in Europe. Leave them alone, man. They are not harming anyone. Leave those people alone. The problem is like, you don't understand the cause, the damage will do. We can do that in Europe. These are people asking, say like, yes, there are area citizens, such communities where which is something created behind. They all should be deported back. But Africans also have their own areas most. If a group of people want to live together, what's the issue? Good job, they must all protect. Okay, listen, we can talk.
Preserve our culture, our heritage, our religion, to create a space for us here in the Karoo. So we've built the town here. We have created infrastructure here. We've done it all with our own money, using nothing from the government, getting no grants, no subsidies, not a cent from the government. So we are trying to build a place for our people to preserve our language and our culture.
People say that Orania is racist. Do you believe in that? Because I'm actually the only black man in here.
I don't think that's true.
No, like the thing is like I hate to limit this comment. I hate to talk about one thing now and then. You know, I'm the person. I don't want to talk about one thing, explaining to say like what to say.
I think if you walk down the street, you will see that there are people coming into the shops from surrounding areas as well. So there's many people visiting Orania. Orania, if the question is Orania racist, the Orania idea, in my opinion, is not a racist idea. Will you find racists here? Like in every other place on earth, I'm sure you will. But the idea of preserving our culture is not a racist idea.
So you mean that everyone is allowed to visit, but only Afrikaners can live in here? That's what you mean?
I love how you ask questions. This wondermind is being traveling the world, Africa, specifically, to show their beauty. And a lot of them we watch him. I love his content. You can see that his content is a lot of experience there. When he edit, there's a lot of experience. How you do things, there's lots of experience, you know. But when you try, you need to do hard. You know, like when you try, you need to do hard. You need to put the work. You understand? So it's like that. When you start something new, but you need to put the work.
The way I see it is only Afrikaners wants to live here, because what we're building here is a project for Afrikaners. It's for people who want to build. It's a freedom effort for Afrikaners. So people visit us from all over the world, but to embrace the struggles of Orania, to help build, to help contribute to something here is mostly.
Why you don't build the
100%
whole South
Afrikaners.
Africa? Why you don't build?
I want to say thank you. And
Why?
yeah, thank you. Let me just
Why?
continue from here. So
Why you don't build South Africa? Why you don't come with those expertise? Why you don't come with those expertise and build South Africans who come to those townships? They have expertise. Come to those townships and build in those townships, because they have expertise. So they come with the expertise. They come with whatever they come with and go to build in townships. Why they're not doing that? Why? There's a question I have for you. Let's go. They must come and build in the townships. You understand? They must come and build in the townships.
I mean, we just did a whole full video, and I believe that you all need to check it out. For me, it's a very sensitive topic and also a very controversial one. But one thing that I would say, I might not agree with whatever happens in here, but there's one thing that I believe that the entire continent of Africa needs to learn from. And listen, the link is in the description. Don't be mad yet. Go watch the video. And if you get mad, come back and let me know. All right? But if you don't get mad, also come back and let me know. Go to YouTube and watch the full video. I'll see you all in the next one. And don't forget.
Yeah, sure. Exclude African people from a certain part of the country to preserve the culture. Just to interview someone, please wake me up. It doesn't make any sense. I love this. Oh, get it.
People there. What I found, the first thing I found was the town to be clean, very clean. I mean, I've been to towns. I mean, the town is litter-free, literally. That's the first thing I found. The second thing is that everybody greets you. It's their town, and not only us. People greet each other. It's nobody walks past without greeting. And I think.
Now you talk about something new, man. This guy, like how this guy was being protected, by the way. Everyone in Africa, Africans, by the way, we are the only people who greet. When Africans, we greet. We are so nice. We welcome people here. So like, I don't know, getting my kids, man, like, nah, man. Ish. So these are things ask yourself, but you never find answers.
The third thing we found was, I mean, and this guy proved it to us. One guy was just, they leave their car keys in the car.
You know, like everything they talk about is being existing in Africa. In Africa, culture, African communities, there was no stealing, there was no killing, there was no raping, there was no all those things. We see them today. All those things we see them today, they came with those who came here to do what they've done to our sisters. In African culture, there was no stealing from each other. There was no stealing, there was no these kids smoking drugs or smoking. There's no that in African culture. As a child, you know a parent from the streets or parents. So I don't know what's like that.
Leave the laptops on the seat. And that's what I found there. And it couldn't have been staged, because you drive past a car and you can see that this car has not been locked or people are sitting there. So those are some of the things I found. And I was mightily shocked to see that there's no black person in the town, even the domestic workers, the people living on the street, cleaning the street, the municipal workers, they all white. The people,
I think it's like that because most of them, their forefathers, they benefited from the past. They benefited from the past, so like they can employ every one of their people, right? I believe like that. If like as Africans we more businesses. Let me say as Africans we have more businesses. We're going to employ our Africans, right? But if as Africans we all become workers, there's going to be a high unemployment rate. You understand? Because when Africans owning their own land, when Africans creating their own businesses, they can employ lots of people. You understand? So this I get him a sharing experience in Orania. Went to Orania, he share his own experience. It was a beautiful experience. Yeah, let's go.
Hotel that we stayed at in Orania, the people cleaning the rooms are all white. It's a very strange thing to see if you've your whole life seen black labor and you come to a town and there's only white labor.
But also we live in South Africa. It's a very diverse country. So to
Very
have a town
diverse.
that is only just with white people, I just want to know what were your conversations like with people? Because obviously you engaged with people there. You sat down and you had your black coffee with them. But what were the conversations?
And definitely, this is a diverse. This is a diverse country. Diverse, dog. And it's so painful when you see division. And the reason I do this video, I don't want people to be divided. I want people to come together and live together and build stuff together. Not to build Orania only, but we build everything together because of we are one people and we're supposed to love each other. That's my debate and that's what I'm saying. But when you start to see division, when you start to see all those kind of things, it becomes a problem. A problem that is going to be dangerous to everyone. They don't steal from each other. Toy, greed. This the man commented, stolen from who? Land is for everybody. One, this state will not be land over. People click to imagine reasons also hard. Bro, you must recreate me there. We don't care what they're doing there. It's a thing of like, whether you like it or not, this topic of Orania is going to exist as long as Orania is existing.
Like, did they explain to you the rationale of only having white people in Orania?
They've tried to explain to me the reason why they didn't say they only have white people. They got this, but I didn't buy that. Let me be upfront about that. They're saying that no, anybody can come to Orania, but you got to be vetted. You got to believe in Afrikaans culture. You got to celebrate holidays like Geloftedag.
What is Geloftedag?
It is Reconciliation Day. They call it.
Oh, Geloftedag. I remember Geloftedag, where like the president was talking about that issue. So like, why this separation? Because I remember they in KZN they were celebrating 16 December, and there was the Geloftedag. Start building your own. It's possible to close the town because of it's a private property. People can associate with whoever they want according to the constitution. That's beautiful. I don't have a problem with that, right? Based on the comment you said, but I'm saying, what if Zulu people, what if Tswana people, what if Sotho people say like we don't want any people from in KZN, we want only Zulus? You see like the cause is going to do. That's why I'm saying it's an educational video. What if Zulu say like we don't want anyone there, but we want Zulu people and we want to preserve our culture and want to speak our culture and what? There's a problem is going to start. So I was talking about this, the whole, okay. Well, like they were celebrating their own thing. Let's go.
Just for Afrikaners.
For Afrikaners, is where they were giving like a promise, and they call it Geloftedag. Some black people still call it Dingaans Day. It was the Battle of Blood River, which is now known as Reconciliation Day. But I didn't buy the story. I must say that's the reason you must be cultured, Afrikaans cultured. You must, the community must say that one. I didn't buy. I think they are not honest that they don't want black people there.
Yeah, the only thing I love about Gertrude Mackenzie, the thing I love about Gertrude Mackenzie, like I think I would say like he's an honest man. Gertrude Mackenzie is an honest man. It's like a little bit that one. I believe that one They wanted to make some excuse, they don't want Africans there. But now I'm saying, like, let's remove that mindset. We are all people. Let's remove that mindset. We are all people, and let's stay together and let's build this country together. You understand? And it's like I didn't buy that stories because I remember they were celebrating. When they're celebrating, there was you think that was 16 December, by the way. But let's move forward.
But they don't say it like that. They don't say you are not welcome if you are not white. But you have to jump through a lot of hoops, which it's impossible to jump through as a non-Afrikaner. So I think on that front, they don't say it. They just say that we've got the rules here, but the rules, it's impossible for a non-white to even make it halfway through those rules.
So let me, I'm a little confused. So
it's right. It says like they are not saying we don't want Africans. They're not saying to say like we don't want Africans. You understand this? Maybe like they want Dutch people, they want Europeans. But it's like the rules they put is the rules they tell you that. It's an educational video, remember, I read on what he said, Getting McKinsey. He said like the rules they put there is the rule to say like if you are African, it will be hard for you to stay there. But if you're European, it will be easy for you to stay there. You understand? That's what I'm saying. Like if you're Chinese, if you're Indian, it will be hard for you to stay there based on the rules they tell you about. But if you're European, maybe there's high chances you can, maybe like you're from Germany or you're Dutch, I think it will be easy for you. This is what Getty McKinsey saying, but me, I explain it with simple English. Remember, it's an educational video.
But if you don't subscribe to the Afrikaner culture, you won't be really vetted to go through to Orania, and worse off if you're black.
No, you can go through to Orania, maybe for visit. Like I'm black and I was letting, but they would.
But you're Gaten McKenzie.
Yeah, that's also another thing.
Yes.
But also the fact that you cannot buy land. There's a huge demand for land in Orania. I mean, you even have Seif properties there. Like you have different property companies, all their advertising.
Oh, was it though? Like one day we realize as Africans that land is everything. Like as like Africans, one day you realize that land is everything. Even though like we don't have more information about it, you realize land is everything. But let's move forward and listen Getting McKinsey based on what they're saying. Right? Let's go and listen Getting McKinsey.
But to buy land, there's more demand than supply for houses and land. But you cannot get land there if you're not black. That's the first thing. But the second reason why I also went there is that I wanted to learn. What is it about this town? Because 25 years ago, we all said they're not going to last. And this town is just getting bigger, and this town is just getting bigger. And I wanted to go learn. And I mean, I learned from everyone. I learned from my enemies, and I learned from my...
Definitely. In life, we learn every day. And that's a beautiful thing. If you want to go so strong and want to grow so smart, is when you are learning from everyone. That's what is very important. Learning from everyone. That's what is very important. Learning from other people.
Friends. And I was mightily surprised, I must say, with what they're doing there. And I think a lot of municipalities must emulate what they're doing there.
But what are they doing different that should be emulated? Because you received a lot of backlash on social media about your visit there, with many people saying, why would you visit a racist town? But before we get into what you took from your visit and the backlash you received, what are they doing differently that...
I think like Getting McKinsey don't have views, man. Okay, have views. Okay, let's go. You can finish.
Our municipalities here, where there's diversity, the way South Africa should be, that we aren't doing as municipalities that we should emulate?
Let me start with the first thing. They said to me that they stole something from the black community. And I was curious about that. They said they stole the Stokvel idea. Stokvel idea. But the Stokvel idea, which they stole from us, according to them, they evolved into a bank. They got a bank there, 3,000 people with a bank, and it doesn't stop at the bank. The bank is literally nationalized.
No, Stokvel is a bank. Stokvel is a bank. In African and culture, Stokvel is a bank, man. Stokvel is a bank. Just like that, Stokvel people that came together. If you don't know what a Stokvel is when we come together. Maybe we are 5, and you say like every month I'll give 500. And we are going to give this guy 500. Other months are going to give other 500. You understand? That is a bank. You understand of Stokvel. You understand? There is a bank of Stokvel. I think like Stokvel is a bank, and it's a good idea if like people come together and say like as Africans, maybe you are 5 or you are 10, so like we give you 500, then that 500 you open, it's like start capital, you start your business. So yeah.
In the sense that every person banking in that bank has got a shareholding in the bank. So it's not just, I mean, that's groundbreaking. They basically nationalize the bank because it belongs to the people, not even to the state, more than that. What they've also done is that they separate the litter already at the house. So when you have water, when you have glass, you have plastic, you have cardboard, you have non-recyclable stuff, already at your house, you gotta separate that.
So like this is a beautiful topic to learn from. Like I said, this topic is all about learning from each other and growing as Africans and as South Africans. Sorry. Even though they can stay in Orania, they're all Africans. They're all South Africans, I mean. So we learn from them, we learn from each other. That's how you grow, learning from each other. That's how we grow, you understand? So like it becomes so beautiful to learn from them, and this is a beautiful thing that we can do and learn from them. So I'm so glad, I'm so beautiful, and I love it, by the way. But let's go.
When they have regular community meetings, you go there and everybody works. Everybody in Orania got a job. There's some guys, they told me, that came there with a plastic bag with nowhere to go. And they will get to you, they have what they call, they have a name for it, I can't remember it now, where they will come and give you a job and they'll give you accommodation. The restaurant we ate at, for instance, dinner, the lady came there and she first stayed at a small accommodation.
That's beautiful. I used to be like, this is everywhere in South Africa. No foreigners there. You just lost my vote. I really like what Orania is practicing, and that's what we should learn from them, right? I learned that this guy is mentioning both sides, saying what Orania is doing works and giving them praise, even though you don't agree with some things. This is a respect, and this is what I love. This is what I want to talk about. This is the energy. Here's the spirit I bring to South Africans. Yes, we can be Africans, we can be Europeans, we can be Indians, we can be Chinese, but we need to work together because South Africa is a diverse country. We have Indians, we have Africans, we have Europeans, we have all those people. And for us to work together is when we're learning from each other. We can learn from we can learn from Orania, by the way.
For people struggling. Today she's a restaurant owner. Now you can't go there and not be inspired by seeing Orania is currently a construction site. It's currently a construction site. Orania doesn't have unemployment. Everybody there works. Orania is a clean place. Orania's got plans to get off the grid totally. Orania is a town, everybody, including myself, I went there thinking this town is
small. That's beautiful, man. This is a beautiful experience to listen and to learn from. So you can be Jara, but we are learning. Now I'm learning. I don't know about you. Me, I'm learning. The reason I'm doing all these educational videos about our politicians is the educational videos. And me, I'm learning for myself. And whatever I'm learning from Orania, I'm going to implement it to townships. And I'm going to you see, like the idea of Stokvel, to say like they came Stokvel, they build their own bank and they help each other. This is what we're supposed to implement to our lives. And this was supposed to be learned from him. And this is what I'm doing like now, learning from them.
Is in the past. It's a relic of the past. It's stuck in the past. But living there, it's a futuristic town. I mean, they got 2 private schools in Orania.
This is beautiful, man.
The most impressive thing for me is that they got a technical college. where they're teaching. We've closed our technical colleges. More than that is they farming. They're farming pecan nuts, wheat, which they export quality to China, to Europe. No.
Man, that's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful, and then that's it where we are learning from. You can see like this, like they've technical schools, they've people, they're farming. This thing, what we are listening to Getting McKinsey, is a things that we can implement ourselves. By the way, things Getting McKinsey talking about is the things that we can implement to our communities. We can implement to our townships and stop blaming apartheid, stop blaming ANC. We start to do things for ourselves. That's what we can take from Orania people, right? Dutch people, is to learn from them, is to learn from them, and is to implement whatever they're doing in Orania. You understand? It's very important to learn from different people because of in this life, if you want to grow, you must learn from others.
Whether you agree with them, whether you don't agree with them, but those are things happening that we should be emulating from. Our leaders go to China all the time, go to Dubai on a fact fight to go and learn in the States. They're going to learn stuff that's happening right here in Orania.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that even the one that's offended of Twitter.
Yeah. Can I tell you why there's a bit of like backlash, or possibly why there is? I mean, I'm not sure, but because of...
I do understand with him. Say like our leaders, they're going to learn in China. Going to learn in China, where we're supposed to learn in Orania. Orania is here, and Dutch people that doing the beautiful work as South Africans, right? And as South Africans, we learn from other South Africans. And he said our leaders, they go to Dubai and but whatever our leaders they learn, they never implemented, by the way. They never implemented.
Their hesitation and their unwillingness to incorporate the diversity of races and cultures in Orania. So I get what you're saying about systems in place. They obviously have a system and a process that works for them. But do you not see the racism element there, where they do not want to engage with anybody else that's not Afrikaner?
Let's leave that one. Let's leave that one, and like now we're focusing on the positive ways, right? To say like in this 2 hours video, I'm done. What we have learned about Orania in the positive side, right? I love positive energy. I'm the man who loves positive energy, and I want you when you comment with positive energy. Don't come and comment with energy that is not good, man. I think like when you come here, please try to comment with a positive energy. I think that will be a fire for me, you know, when you comment with that energy of positive and people learn from it.
You see that? Nelson Mandela, first person, one of the first few people he met when he came out of jail was Betsy Verwoerd, the wife of the father of apartheid. Now that's the only way to reach out and to sort out the problem is engagement. Now we must be angry with them and say you racist and point out. Let's engage them.
Facts. Let's have conversations like this conversation I'm talking about. Let's have conversations. Let's all talk about these issues. This is beautiful to have this kind of conversations because of we are learning from each other. You understand? Even like he said, like even Nelson Mandela, he went there. Nelson Mandela, your president, the one who fought about it, the one who was arrested for long. And I used to say this to people, if you're watching this video, the only way for us as South Africans, to move forward is when we share one goal. It's when we respect, and it's all going to talk about these topics that are so hard and sensitive. That's how we can grow. These topics that are very sensitive, we talk about them. You man, we are going far. We are going far, though, I don't want to lie. Let's listen to this guy. Chances, man, so you grow in your life is like learning from others and grow.